Hi, it's Christine Just with your weekly real estate rant, president of the Just team and CEO. In this week's video, we're going to look at all the sales of 2025. We're going to break it down what sold in December, what percentages, what sort of inventory we had, and what sort of inventory we have. Then we're going to look at the most expensive house that sold in 2025 for Cambridge, Kitchener, and Waterloo. So let's get started. There were 6,177 homes sold in all of 2025, down 8.8% compared to 24 and down 25.3% to the previous 10-year average for annual sales. For 2025, a total residential sales included 3,779 detached homes, down 7.7%, 1,174 townhomes, down 14% since last year. The year-to-date average price of a detached home was $876,896. This was down 3.7% compared to 24, and the year-to-date on the townhomes, $611,256. down 4.3% since 24, and the apartment style condos, the average price $437,084, down 7.4% since the year before. In 2025, there were 13,872 new listings were added to the real estate board, an increase of 5.2% compared to 2024, and up 15% compared to the previous 10-year average. Monthly basis, 306 homes were sold in December, a decrease of 9.5% for the same time last year. Total residential sales in December included 192 detached homes, and that's no change from 24. At the end of December, there were 1,188 homes available for sale in active status, representing a 15.9% increase for the same time last month. The total inventory across the market increased 27.8%, resulting in a 2.3-month supply of all property types by the end of December. Condo apartments have the highest inventory with a 4.9-month supply, followed by townhomes 3-month supply, detached homes with 1.7-month supply. The average time to sell a home in December was 45 days, which is 6 days longer than the previous month. In December 24, it took 36 days for a home to sell. Now, in the last 30 days, the average price of a single-family home in Waterloo was $945,865. In Kitchener, it was $825,766, and in Cambridge, it was $733,000. Here's a trending sales price analysis that Peak puts out every week. Now, if we look at the single detached homes, we started out the year January an average price of $890,770. That had 106 sales in January at the beginning of the year, and there were 102 canceled listings. In January, the average days on market was 48 days. The average price in December was $852,533. There were 113 single-family home sales, 182 canceled, and 113 sold. The average days on market in December was 82 days. Freehold townhomes, the average price at the beginning of the year was $715,000. There was 13 sales and 14 canceled, and they took an average of 55 days. And then in December, and the average sale price in December was $652,227, 13 sold and 16 canceled. The apartment style condos in the beginning of the year, the price was $479,070. There was 33 sales and there was 92 cancels. And then in December, the average price $428,946. There were 48 sold. Average days on market was 90 days to sell a condo in December. Because even though we have high inventory, there's going to be even more homes on the market. So in order for you to be one of those 31 sales, you want to make sure it looks spectacular, show ready, and really tight on price. Now for the sale price of the most expensive homes that sold in 2025 for Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge. In the city of Waterloo, the most expensive home that sold in 2025 was on River Oak, and it sold for $3,350,000. The least expensive home sold in Waterloo was on Huntington, and it sold for $500,000. In Kitchener, the most expensive home that sold in 2025 was on River Birch, and it was listed at $2,999,000 and sold over asking for $3,100,000. And in Kitchener, the least expensive home sold for $350,000. In Cambridge, the most expensive home in 2025 sold for $3,750,000, and the least expensive home was on Haddington, and it was listed at $299 and sold for $311,000. That concludes my real estate rant for this week. I'm so glad you took the time to watch. And I think what we've learned here is that there's going to be more inventory coming on the market, along with the 1,000+ homes that are currently on the market. For sellers, I don't want you to get discouraged. A well-pointed home is going to do well. That means it has to be the best in its price point. And it doesn't mean expensive renovations. It could be as simple as having a professionally cleaned, carpet cleaning, staging, the right photography, an experienced agent. And then once we look at the home and make it look great, then we're going to look at the current actives and make sure that you're the best in the price point. For buyers, it's time to get off the couch and go look at some homes. You've been waiting for years for this type of buyer's market. Well, here it is. Just make sure you go to a bank or a mortgage broker and get fully approved so you know not only what you can afford to spend, but how much you want to spend. Do not go get a lease of a car while the time you're getting approved to the time the house sells. Pay down your credit card. Have a really spectacular credit rating so you can get a great rate. If you have any questions about all this information or talk all things real estate, just give me a call, text, or an email, and we'll be happy to help you out.